In a city that never stopped talking, there lived a man who was never heard. His name was Ethan. Every morning he walked through crowded streets, stood in packed elevators, sat in noisy offices. Yet somehow he felt completely invisible. No one noticed when he arrived, no one asked for his opinion, no one remembered his name once he left the room. It wasn't that Ethan had nothing to offer. He had ideas, he had skills, he had dreams. But he had learned very early in life how to stay quiet. The habit of being invisible. At work, Ethan always chose the corner seat, not because it was comfortable, but because it felt safe. When meetings happened, others spoke loudly, confidently, aggressively. Ethan spoke softly, or not at all. Many times he had the right answer. Many times he could see problems before they happened, but his voice stayed trapped inside his chest. He told himself things like, "Someone else will say it. It's not important. I don't want to sound stupid." And slowly, silence became his identity. Life outside the office. Outside work, life wasn't any different. Friends talked over him, family compared him to others, social gatherings drained him. People often described him as nice but quiet, smart but shy, good guy but forgettable. That last word hurt the most. Forgettable. At night, lying in bed, Ethan stared at the ceiling and wondered, how did I become someone so easy to ignore? The invisible pain. The hardest part wasn't rejection. It was being unseen. Rejection at least acknowledges your existence. Invisibility doesn't. No one claps for you. No one criticizes you. No one expects anything from you. And slowly, you stop expecting anything from yourself. Ethan began to shrink, not physically, but mentally. He stopped dreaming big, stopped trying new things, stopped believing his life could be more. The breaking moment. One afternoon, the company announced promotions. Names were called, applause filled the room. People with less experience than Ethan walked to the front, smiling proudly. Ethan clapped too, softly, politely. His name was never mentioned. When the meeting ended, people rushed out, excited, laughing. Ethan stayed behind. In the bathroom mirror, he looked at his reflection. For the first time in years, he didn't look tired. He looked angry. Not at the company, not at his coworkers, at himself. And the question finally escaped his silence. How long am I going to disappear from my own life? The silent decision. That night, Ethan didn't complain. He didn't post online. He didn't announce a transformation. He made a decision, quietly. A decision no one applauded, a decision no one noticed. He promised himself one thing: I will no longer live like I don't exist. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Change without noise. The next day looked normal to everyone else. Same desk, same clothes, same routine. But inside Ethan, something had shifted. He started preparing more, learning deeper, practicing speaking alone. He didn't try to impress anyone. He focused on improving himself. No motivation quotes, no dramatic moves, just small, consistent actions. Facing fear daily. Ethan forced himself into discomfort. He spoke once in a meeting, voice shaking, hands cold. No one clapped, no one mocked him, but he spoke. That was enough. The next week, he spoke again, clearer, stronger. Fear didn't disappear, but courage slowly grew louder than fear. Invisible progress. Months passed. No one suddenly called him a leader, no miracle happened overnight, but something changed. People began to pause when he spoke. Someone asked for his input. Someone remembered his name. Tiny moments, huge meaning. Ethan realized something powerful. Growth is invisible before it becomes undeniable. The turning point. One project went wrong. Deadlines missed, confusion everywhere. For the first time, Ethan didn't wait to be asked. He stepped forward, calmly, confidently. He explained the problem, offered solutions, took responsibility. The room went quiet. Not the awkward kind, the listening kind. That day, people saw him, not because he shouted, but because he stood firm. Recognition without begging. Weeks later, his manager called him in, not to criticize, not to warn, but to say, "We should have noticed you earlier." Ethan smiled, not proudly, but peacefully, because he already knew the truth. He didn't need permission to exist. The real change. Ethan didn't become loud, didn't become arrogant. He became present. He spoke when it mattered, stayed silent when it didn't, and most importantly, he stopped abandoning himself. The lesson. Ethan was invisible for years, not because he lacked value, but because he never claimed it. The world doesn't always notice potential. It notices presence. And sometimes the most powerful change begins with a silent decision no one sees until everyone feels it. Final message. If you feel invisible today, if you feel ignored, unheard, unseen, remember this. You don't need permission to step forward. You don't need applause to begin. You don't need noise to change your life. Sometimes one silent decision is enough to rewrite everything.